Hello everyone, welcome to the Elizabeth Show. Yep. Hey everyone. Yeah. Today I'm going to be talking about some funny things. Starting off with my twin sister, of course. She's the priority of this whole extravaganza. I'm going to start off with the funny things, okay? When my sister got married, this is what she told me. She told me, when me and my husband got married, did you notice anything different about me? And I said, like what? And then she told me, well, we're living a whole different kind of life. And I believed it at the first hand, but then I was like, what do you mean? She said, sis, when me and my husband, made out that night underneath the covers, she said something sparked and knocked her entire existence. And then she mentioned that she was pregnant, and that's when Sarah became a baby in the future. Yeah, Brittney's husband got her pregnant very, very soon. I don't know how my sister does it. She popped that baby out I can't get into the deeper facts, but she did get that baby, and it was worth everything, especially for her insurance and everything that comes with it. I myself was the babysitter. I would always come by to watch her child, Sarah. I would watch her grow up from day one all the way to what we know today. Sarah's married to a new man. She's not with, what's-his-face anymore. She used to date a zombie who doesn't even exist anymore. His name was, Samson. But Sarah barely recalls that fork from any time period. She's married to a new man named Vesuvius. That's her husband. And when you guys watch season 2 of the Fork Sisters, notice how big Sarah has gotten. She's 32 years old, married to Vesuvius, who's also 32 years old. And she doesn't live with her mom anymore, or her father. But you know what's funny? Her resemblance has been carrying on the same genes as her father. The same eye color. Pink eye, blue eye. Sarah has the same genetics as her father, and now that she's grown up, she looks kind of like her father a little bit. Don't you guys notice that? And Vesuvius, he was born with a green eye and a blue eye. Kind of makes you wonder. They were made perfect for each other. I mean, as strange as it sounds. I mean, Brittney already has a different genetic with that eyeball connection. Just like how Steven has a different eyeball connection, and Sarah and Vesuvius. It's like all 4 of these forks have discovered the same genetical genes. I look at both of them and I'm like, wait a minute. Sarah looks like her father, but then Sarah's father almost looks like Vesuvius, but then my twin sister Brittney looks like all of them because Brittney has a messed up eyeball. And this is like where that whole dominoes effect comes in truth. Okay, I knew my sister was different, but when I saw how my sister's family migrated into something bigger, it's like every family was born with their own set of a syndrome. Sarah and Steven have heterochromia. So does Vesuvius. He has heterochromia. Brittney, she doesn't have heterochromia. She just can't see from the other side of her eye. So she wears this digital chip that she got back in the early 1960s to help her see perfectly. And yeah, it just happened like that, like poof! I mean, I wasn't even born with heterochromia or a blind eye. I was born with 2 amazing eyes that I could see with. It's just everyone in my family, they all just have different eyes. I'm thinking in my mind, wow. Am I the only chosen one with these regular dark eyes? Or am I just dreaming or something? I'm like, no, this is really my eye color all this time. It's kind of a trip knowing that some folks are born with heterochromia. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have friends that I used to know that had heterochromia. But when I met my twin sister's husband for the first time, when they went on their first date on Valentine's Day, I could tell right away, oh my gosh, my sister's future husband has heterochromia. And she's been married to him ever since Sarah was born. It's like, wow, small world. Like, literally, small world on growth. Like, here we were, this simple family starting off very simple. Now we're just these older forks. Still seeking maturity, still seeking whatever comes next. And I just tell myself, this world has been somewhat of a party. Between heterochromia abilities and whatever falls next. I'm actually curious to know what goes on next because I've seen how the future has unfolded itself and I'm just like, wow. This is impressive stuff to know. Everyone was born with a different condition. I was born with a different connection too. I mean, my connection to my different ability is that I have a hard time reading myself and spelling words myself and doing math myself. Even though everyone else has their part of hardship, I've been through my own hardship. Hell, I had to live it that way, you know? Without heterochromia at all. I don't know, I just do things that are just different, you know? I mean, sure, I am related to my twin sister, but I look nothing like her. So we're kind of like fraternal. And yes, it's because one has a disability and one doesn't. And the reason why I say that is not to make fun of my sister. We were all just born with different medical differences. Like, yeah, she carries my same pink complexional essences, but she lives in a whole different airplane. I'm in my own private airplane of life. See, it's like, even though we're twins, there's something oddly different about us. Like, in perspective, like, our voices are different, our mannerisms are different, our mechanisms are different. We don't share the same mechanism, but we have the same DNA blood because we are the same sisters. That's the funny thing about this crazy connection. And the funny thing is, my twin sister believes in fairies. Did you guys get that? My twin sister believes in fairies and archangels. Which is true. They do exist. If you thought these Disney movies were just showing Tinkerbell as this fictional character, no. Tinkerbell might be even real than you think. She's an archangel in disguise, as a little tiny pixie. You see, Walt Disney has been doing this for years. You know, taking fantasy classics and turning them into Disney material, which actually has a very deep background hidden beneath this, between ancient roots and all this other stuff. So when you think about it, Disney was coming up with some big plans there. I mean, even though the Fork Sisters wasn't made by Disney, or even Sister Fairies, or even this show right now, were made by Konjo Koton Studios. But Disney promotes their shows differently. And their movies too, like Lion King and all those etceteras, you know? But anyway, back to us. My sister Brittney, she's a classic sister. Let me just tell you that. She is. She really is. She really has a sense of humor in her own way. She helped me face my fear of riding roller coasters. And I had fun with my sister. Like, it was worth it. While it lasted. I could never picture myself not even trying. I was always there, in it. I was part of the situation this whole time. Going in and out and in and out, back and forth, like I've been living that all my life. I never had to put myself in one box just to fit in. I knew I would fit in by practicing what I preach. I knew what I had to do to just live my life and get my show on the roll. I knew exactly what I had to do. That's why I planned to do it. Sure, it takes time. Sure, it takes time getting paid and doing all this other stuff and all that other stuff, but it's just life. Sorry for yawning, I get so tired sometimes. It's always good to take a deep breather, when you're doing so much comedy in your life. You just kind of need that oxygen every once in a while. You need those natural, oxytocins. Helps you finish your sentence on what you're gonna say. And I do. I have to finish my sentence. Because even though when I come to mid-sentence, I know I gotta keep it rolling, I gotta keep it going. I gotta keep people on their twinkle toes. Otherwise, success will never be what it is today. And I had to keep that thought of training all together. Why? Because I care. That's how much I poured into this foundation. I've cared for others that I bring in my sector, my whole circle. You can see me twirling around like this. Just thinking, oh, what if I twirl counterclockwise? Oh yeah, then I'd be doing this. That's pretty much all. And I tell myself, what would I have done if something changed one day? I mean, I'm not saying right now, I'm just saying like, when it hits me, when I get there. I tell myself, and I pace myself around thinking, this is where I stand. All this time, I've been trying to do something that I didn't know I could do. But then when I had other people do what I could do, I was so surprised. That was me back in the day. That was me. The only one that could do it. I knew way too long that I would become something somewhat special too. But then when I made my agreements, I knew I was destined for something. Now that I think about what I'm destined for, will anyone ever remember me? When I go to Fork Heaven, where all the forks are, up there in that lovely sky. They're probably waiting for me. They're like, Elizabeth, your time is up, darling. Time for you to go to Fork Heaven and see the light! Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm not ready to see the light yet. I still got more unfinished business down here. See? I gotta fulfill a whole comedy crowd, as you can see. It's not as easy as you think. Yeah, I would love to leave, but I just can't do it, I would love to, but I can't. I'm sort of like stuck in between what's happening then, what's happening now. Like, yeah, sure, I have a choice, I have an option, but that doesn't mean I have to rush into it just yet. I mean, of course, I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about where I'll go before I go, But that's not even on my agenda right now. That's not even on my topic. That's not even on my mind. I'm doing only what most can do. Keep the comedy rolling, keep the interesting stuff rolling. I'm gonna be rhyming some words that might make y'all laugh. I'll be dropping, I'll be hopping. I'll be talking and all about me. I'll be making sure that everyone's out there while everyone's in here. Playing tug of war. Playing mission of those oars. And yeah, I can rhyme a little bit. You spunky fuck dogs don't dig about it. Everyone goes in there tug about it. When you come to the live and you hold about it, hey, no one's wrong about the line about it. Hey, all that other stuff too. But I think about myself in a creative expansion. Sometimes I think about myself and I look at myself in a chart, and I'm listed out here like here and there, you know, but I do what I can to keep people, you know, happy and stuff. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been proving. That's my limit to success. This was no accident. It was meant to be. I try to tell myself, it ain't the end of the world. Nope, it ain't the end of the world for me. I knew how to keep things going. I knew how to keep people on. I do this because I know what others want, what others might say they need. When you think about it, I didn't know there was more to this, but then when I looked back at my life, I knew I had more to count for. And now I look this way, staring at my future plans. Just, you know, getting in tune for what I'm familiar with. And I tell myself, I'm gonna make the world a happy place. Keeping all this company, keeping all these people. I mean, let's think about it. 9 out of 10. This is what we're meant for. In every cosmic way we are born to be. It was no accident that we were like this. All of a sudden, we just knew this would be the right gems for us. I know it took a long time for us to realize it's all working for a reason. Like, I know it was working. So why did they come back and tell me, hey Elizabeth, we're ready to show you what you need to know? I already knew what I needed to know. Those other people out there probably said, hey, you come out here, Elizabeth, maybe you'll be the chosen one for all time. I knew that. Oh gosh, I knew that, of course. It's in my resume, of course. You know, when you sign a job resume, it kind of sticks with you for a very long time. Because when you sign a job resume, you're not just signing for what job you're choosing. You're going for a life sentence that you're going to keep for the rest of your life. And then people will think twice before they fire you. Because deep down, there'll be nothing to fire you for. Come to work or don't come at all. Stay home and do what you do. Don't worry about what those people say. You got a life right here, on the big screen. Just how you planned. And if anyone thinks they could take that away from you, they're just living like us. Trying, but still trying to knock others down. I'm sorry, I don't knock other people down. I keep them high hopes. I try to keep those high hopes going because that is what you do. That is how you keep business going. This is what you do. Am I right? Come on, am I right? Come on. Literally. You guys agree? Of course you do. Because you all have been there and done that before. You all have been tiptoeing around eggshells just thinking, wait a minute. If I'm going to be on TV, if I'm going to go on forever like this in circles, there's only one thing I gotta do. Come up with multiple scripts. Tell the future as it is and go by what I mean. By my title. I'm not just creating the Elizabeth Show just for laughters. I'm explaining some simple facts that even when I talk to myself, this is what I do to talk to myself. I put myself in front of a screen where everyone can see me. Yeah. My mom and dad knew I had problems because I always talked to myself. My twin sister used to talk to herself, but I talk to myself from natural causes. Even though I'm not special ed, still, even I talked to myself when I was very little. I don't know what it was. It was just a condition I wasn't aware of at the time. Because sometimes I feel like I am talking to someone, but they're not there. But sometimes I feel like they could be there, but my parents just don't see it. They think I'm just this crazy ragdoll child just bringing up imagination, when really, I really see that and hear it in my mind all the time. Yeah, son. I'm so tired. This is all I have to say today. So if anyone liked this, please let me know. Thanks for enjoying the Elizabeth Show. Elizabeth out.